this was at this meeting because Nate and I were sitting there, and everybody's like, "Congratulations, glad you guys are doing it." And they basically, essentially, everybody walked out. Nate kind of looks at me, and I look at Nate, and I didn't know who he was, but he's like, "Well, I guess we better meet." And so
Probably a good idea.
yeah, so we set up a meeting at a coffee shop in two days.
Yeah.
And he tells me he wants to meet at Sidecar Coffee. Well, I didn't know where that was at, and so he told me where it was at, and I went there, and the story goes, I walk in, and it's a coffee shop, and I've never been in a coffee shop.
What do you mean you've never been in a coffee
I've
shop?
never been in a coffee shop.
You don't drink coffee?
I drink coffee all the time.
Gas station.
But so as an existence, as my job, the way I did, I was always up early, maybe running the weight room, or I was doing wrestling practice, doing things. I would run to a gas station and get coffee, or I'd make coffee at work.
Okay.
But never went to a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And so I walk in, and I'm with Nate, and this is, it seems a little bit silly, but it's an example of my existence. I woke up, I went to school, and I went home. And I did practice, and I did all these things. So that I didn't stray too much from that. So I walk up, and he's like, "All right, order what you want." And I froze. I just looked up at there was a chalkboard with all of these different things on there. And the lady looks at me and goes, "Can I help you?" And I said, "I'd like a coffee." And she goes, "What type of coffee?" And I said, "A black coffee."
And we walk into Starbucks, and he wanted some Oreo cracker sparkle thing. And he wanted to know how many calories it was first, and it was probably more than it needed to be. And he goes, "Well, I don't know what to get then." Yeah, it was like we're reliving that moment. And I had to offer up the suggestion of what coffee he should actually get, which I think he got a mocha vanilla latte, whatever, with no whip.
Low fat milk.
So one of the biggest outcomes of CAPS is that now Ethan knows how to order.
He does.